So you can come into a spread out, symmetrical, relaxed position, Shavasana. Arms even, legs even. And either close your eyes or take a soft gaze and just allow your body to rest back into the floor. Slow down your breath. And as you slow down your breath, tune into the movement your breathing creates. There's a natural expanding as you inhale. And releasing and dropping as you exhale. And this is the anchor that we'll come back to over and over again. If you feel overwhelmed, come back and feel that you're breathing. If you get bored, come back and feel that you're breathing. And use the movement of the breath to explore the pose you're in, even if it's something really simple, like just lying here. As you inhale, can you feel or create a sense of spaciousness? As you exhale, what is there to let go of? Using that natural releasing quality of the exhale to let go more. Were you holding something you don't need to be holding? Could you release back into the floor a little bit more? You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you throughout your practice. And let's start by sliding arms overhead, stretching out really long through your arms and legs, as long as you can. And then interlace your fingers. Press out through your palms and flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release and bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in. Maybe a little jiggle or rock, releasing deep into the hip crease. Straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. And you're just going for your hamstring stretch. So as straight as you can, as high as you can. Doesn't have to be any straighter or higher than you're able. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times, both directions. Nice big circles. Bend your knee in. Open your knee out to the right, just at a slight angle. And you can keep your leg bent or straighten it part way or all the way out to the side. So again, you're working with your body, exploring what's possible. You shouldn't have it any straighter or higher or whatever than it is, but you are exploring your limits. Try and keep that left leg grounded so you're not tipping off your hip. And then release, bend your knee. And bring it across for a spinal twist. Open out through your right arm. Let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And then staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal and your right arm on a high diagonal. So your fingers and toes are reaching away from one another like a big tug of war. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor, evening out your torso. And then grab hold of just the left knee, drop the right leg long. Squeeze this knee in close. Straighten this leg up towards the ceiling, holding where it makes sense for you. Flex and point your foot. Circle your ankle, couple big circles both directions. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the left, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of your right leg. Just finding what's the minimum amount of effort to be here. Doing what's useful to be in this shape and stripping away what's not needed. You can relax your face. You can relax your shoulders. And then release. Bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist, first with a bent knee. And then try straightening your left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal, fingers and toes reaching away from one another, like a big tug of war. And release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in and take a little circle or rock with your knees. Evening out your torso. Feel what's touching the floor as you move your knees around. There may be parts of your lower back that could use a little pressure. And then drop your feet to the floor and we'll get set up for a little bit of core work. So start to draw your belly in. Press the lower back down from the inside. Keep that going strongly. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Exhale, lift head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take two more like this. Last one. Release down and send your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, head up towards your leg. Inhale, head down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take one more. And release, switching sides, left leg up. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Up and down. Up and down. One more. And then switch, right leg high. This time take your left arm across. Each time you exhale, reach a little further across. Now notice how much you're using your arm strength or momentum. Try not to use much momentum or arm strength and have this be just the abdominals contracting. One more. And then release and switch. Last set, left leg high, right arm across. Belly drawing in strongly, but can you relax your face? One more. And then release. Stretch long through arms and legs. Bring your knees in. Little circle, a rock. And then roll your way up to sitting. And let's come forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. If you want to pad your knees with something and you have a blanket or cushion handy, feel free to do that. No need if you don't. Hands are going to be right under your shoulders, fingers spread wide. Try and take the whole hand flat. Knees right under hips. And we'll take a few rolls through the spine, starting by lifting the head and tailbone. And then exhale, round, lift your belly. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now, inhale, arch. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows straight back, and dip part way or all the way to the floor, and then press up from there. Round. Arch. Go forward to dip down. If going all the way down is too much, do what feels right. Maybe it's 1 or 2 inches you go down, then press up from there. Round. Arch. Go forward to dip down. Press up. Round. Arch. Dip down. Press up. Round. Arch. One more time. Dip down. Press up. And then round and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels. Forehead to the floor. Find a relaxed position for your arms, your neck, your shoulders. Let your body rest. And this is a good resting position that you might come back to anytime during class. Coming back to a rest is not only about resting your body, but about simplifying what you're doing so you can come back to presence. Slow, deep breath. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. Let's lift up through table and into downward facing dogs. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips, and pull the hips up and away from the hands, as high up and back as you can. You might drop your heels to the floor, but if in dropping the heels to the floor it rounds your back, better to keep the heels up and knees bent. And you might just straighten one leg at a time, opening up one calf and hamstring at a time, pedaling out the feet a little bit. Check that your fingers are still really spread, hands flat and active, pulling the hips up and away from the hands. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another. Let's hang in ragdoll. So feet are going to be hip width apart, parallel. Your knees can be as bent as you need them. You might just let your arms hang or link your elbows, but if this feels too tight, you could also rest elbows on thighs or hands on ankles or blocks. Find a position where you're able to let your head hang. Feeling the heaviness of your head, letting go. Bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Let's step up to the front of the mat. And come into mountain pose. So feet can be together or apart. If your feet are apart, make sure they're parallel rather than turned out. We'll bring hands together at the heart, and let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Feel free to bend your knees as you go. Inhale, lengthen, part way up. Plant your hands and step back, coming into a high push-up position. Shoulders right above the wrists. Nice long line from your head to your heels. Shift your weight forward to lower down, low push-up. And then come into your back bend. So that could be as low or high as feels right for you. Maybe just a little baby cobra. You could come up higher, maybe even into up dog. Wherever you are, shoulders are back and down, so the neck is nice and long, whether you're low or high. And then back to down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. So let's take 5 breaths, either in down dog, or you might come back to child's pose, or you could come to sitting. More important than the shape, come back to your breath, come back to ease, to presence. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. This time from down dog, let's take the right leg up, bend your knee to your chest, and start circling this bent right knee in the biggest circle you can make. You can also do this from hands and knees if that would work better for you. Feel free to drop the left knee to the floor. So your circle doesn't have to be as big as my circle, but as big as you can. Try not to skip over the hard parts. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then a big step forward, high lunge. If your foot doesn't make it far enough forward, you can pick it up and bring it there, or shimmy the back foot back. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips low. Think about lifting through the belly, dropping through the tailbone to open up the front of the left hip. Nice deep bend in the front leg, straight long back leg. And then drop the back heel, open up the arms and hips to warrior two. Arms reach long, right foot and knee pointing straight to the front of the mat. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling, reverse warrior two. Right arm high, left arm back. And then straighten the front leg, triangle. Reach out to come down. You can bring your hand to your shin, your ankle, a block, the floor. Try and go towards a straight line from one arm to the other. Really reach through that top arm. One more breath here. Release, hands to the floor, make your way back to down dog. So you might come through a vinyasa, high to low push-up, up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. You can also just step back to down dog. Move in the way that feels right for you. From down dog, left leg sweeps up, bend your knee in, and start circling this bent left knee. And again, you can do this from your tabletop position if you prefer. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then a big step forward, high lunge. Taking the time you need, adjusting your footing, getting the distance that feels right. Arms up, hips low. Inhales, look for space and length. Exhales, more grounding. And then open out, warrior two. Shifting hips and arms to the side, long arms, long spine. Flip the left palm to face the ceiling, reverse warrior two. Left arm high, right arm back. And then straighten the front leg, triangle. Reach out to come down. Going towards a straight long line from one arm to the other. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. You can come through a high to low push-up if you like. Up dog. Or cobra and back to down dog. Let's come to sitting. And then all the way onto our backs. Drop your feet to the floor. We'll get set up for a back bend bridge pose. So try and have your feet right under your knees, hip width apart, parallel. Press your feet down to lift your hips up. Once your hips are high enough, you can interlace your fingers behind your back. You might kind of rock side to side to shrug your shoulders underneath you, spreading the upper back and lower back away from one another. Hips as high as you can. And then take your arms out of your way, roll down and rest. Let's take happy baby as a counter stretch and grab the soles of the feet on the inside, press your knees towards the floor, and this can be done in stillness or with a little rocking. And then release, arms and legs down. And we're going to get ready for our final resting pose, Shavasana. If there's anything you need to do to feel complete in your practice, if there's a part of your body that needs a little attention, you want to stretch something, rub something, self-massage can be good. Anything or nothing. If nothing's needed, just start getting as comfortable as you can in your final resting pose. So just like we began in Shavasana, if you want to put something under your knees or thighs so your back is more at ease, take your time getting settled. And you might finish with a deep sigh or deep exhale, and then let your breath be natural without any effort. A few moments of stillness. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. Let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, and eventually stretch out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in and roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. And bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks for joining me today.